Okay, so this is a brief breakdown on how to actually fill out this doc. You may have probably filled out this doc in some shape or form already, so this shouldn't be new to you, but just going to break this down in regards to how we're going to use it for your funnel. So again, these are just like basic buyer demographics. Obviously, some of it's pretty self-explanatory, but sometimes you fill this out because if you're servicing moms, if you're servicing, people, if you're, working with people who are married or divorced, like those are things that you do want to actually highlight. Now, this part is really important because there is a certain position in which you are helping someone at a stage in their life. So, someone that's just getting started, that's a beginner, is going to be different than someone that's experienced. So, you want to be clear with that because most of the time when we create certain offers, we are servicing an experienced person, but then when we go to low ticket offers, we start speaking to the beginner, and that's not the case. So, we want to make sure that no matter what this offer is, who is the person that you are speaking to. Okay. So that when you have this information anchored in regards to your offer, let's say that you're like, well, we want to make, we want to, make a lead magnet for it. We don't then switch all of a sudden to like servicing the beginners when you service experts. So the more you are clear on this, the easier it'll be for risk mitigation, for adjusting your messaging in the right way. So again, fill this out. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you need more clarity on who it is you serve, because again, it's not about just being like, oh, I serve moms of twins in Ohio. It's you serve a specific type of person, but the niche comes down to the problem that you solve and the position that this person is in. So if you don't have the answers, then you can either take one of your dream clients that you have or someone that you know is a dream client and ask them these questions, or because you are a coach, you want to make sure, obviously, we have embodied what it is that you're teaching. So these are questions that you can ask yourself because then it's more than likely what your audience is going through, and you just make those adjustments based on who you serve. So these are the main key beliefs that we want to go through. This is going to really help make your funnel messaging successful. Okay. Because you already know we have to get over their perceived problem. We need to push them towards the root problem. And then we need to anchor our solution, your signature process, as the means to solve that problem to get them to their result and desire. So this is internally all the things they think are in the way of why they cannot solve the problem, why it's a belief. And so we just like go through that process. Journey belief, this is all the things that they think they need to have or things they need to be doing in order to get to the solution, right? So this is kind of internal, like their mindset, and this is kind of like beliefs about like just the process of solving their problem. Then when you list those out, you want to break them down into messaging that converts. So something that's a little bit easier for them to understand: analogies, consequences, facts, different things. So this is kind of when you're getting to the marketing language for what actually is their problem. So for example, if they believe, like let's say, for example, let's say you want to be able to have consistent sales every month without live launch, relying on live launching anymore. So if you believe that, the marketing has told you, well, you need to learn how to get on sales calls, or you need to, create more content, or da 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 da. And these are all the things that, they think. And you're like, no, this is what my current audience thinks, but that's actually not the answer. So it's kind of like, doing a ton of organic content is kind of like, spending all of your time trying to make sales, right? Defeats the purpose of, not relying on live launching to be your, answer, because the whole point is that they want to be hands free. So if you are then thinking, well, how do I make consistent money? And I believe that has to come from content, but underneath that desire is like, well, I want it to be hands free because I want my time back. Then creating a whole bunch of content isn't going to be the answer, right? So if you keep creating a ton of content, then your, not being free from your time will keep happening, right? So different things like that. That way, when you create the marketing language, it's going to be what we put inside of your funnel. And again, whatever you've done in your offer messaging doc and you've done in here is going to be the things you plug into the prompts and the funnel templates. Okay, so this is probably the most lengthiest part of actually building your funnel, is getting your messaging correct. So then from there, you can craft your hooks for your beliefs, right? Because the whole point is not about giving them free tips and free information. It's about changing their minds by shifting their perspective. Okay, so this is how we're going to coach them, provide value, while giving them a taste of what it's like to be inside of your program. So different hooks that you can find based on, this journey belief that they have is 3 things I thought I needed in order to get X result or solve X problem. Or most people believe that you have to create more content, but did you know it's actually less content, or it's actually creating content once? Or did you know it's actually the reason why you can't solve that problem is because to get to a sustainable, consistent months while being hands-free, different things like that. So you'll be able to start to craft that out. Now, you don't have to do the following bottom section. It is not required. But if you wish, you can go more in depth here, especially if you are practicing up-leveling your messaging. So it's something that I can look at. So if you've had a problem where you've been feeling like you've been calling in the wrong people into your messaging, if you do this, this is where I can go and clean some of that stuff up to find the language that you're using, right? So for example, if you're trying to serve people and your offer is $2,500 and you want people that are going to come in there and pay, but then you keep saying in your content, you're not making sales, then more than likely you're calling people that haven't made any money yet. So we want to get those kinks out before you actually go out and make content. And of course, again, the more you learn how to talk about your offer in relation to your buyer, it's going to be easier to sell. So when you're in this document, it's not about your offer messaging. It's about answering your offer, but from your buyer's perspective. Okay. And then also too, we'll avoid using fluff words. So you can kind of fill that out. If you have questions on kind of each one of how these sections work, just let me know. But that is it for this document. And then if you ping me when you're done so I can review it.